Welcome. Today in this session we are going to see few examples of how to design a PDA. So this is an example. L is equal to a power n b power n where n is greater than or equal to 1. So the strings which can be formed from this language are, if we are taking n value as 1, then the string will be AB. If it is 2, then it is AA, double B. If it is 3, triple A, triple B. In this manner, we have n number of strings which can be formed by the given language. Now, before designing the PDA, let us see the model of PDA. So, the model of PDA consists of the input tape. So, the tape consists of cells. Each cell can handle one input alphabet. So, and here you will be having a finite control. And here a stack. So, the default top of the stack is Z0. So, it acts like a delimiter which indicates whether we have reached the top of the stack or whether the stack has become empty. And here there is a header to a input tape from the control. And each cell consists of the input alphabet. In this manner, the input string which we are going to take will be placed in this input tape. And from finite control to stack, there is a connection. And this is what the model of the PDA. Now we are going to see how to design a PDA for the given language. So let us start from the state Q0. So the logic for this language is, here for if we are taking n is equal to 2, the string is AA, double B. So for each A, we are going to push these A into the stack, and whenever B appears, for each B, one individual A from the stack will be popped. In this manner, at the end, we need to show that the stack has become empty. So it indicates the acceptance of the string. Q0 is the starting state. Here I am taking a loop, self loop, because A, it can be either 1 or more than 1. So whenever we are in the same input alphabet, we remain in the same state. Whenever the input alphabet changes, we have to represent the change in the state in the diagram also. So as we are in the state Q0 with the input alphabet A, so if n is equal to 2, then my string will be AA, double B. The first header is pointing to the first input cell, that is A. And here if we observe, now the stack at present consists of only Z0 as the top of the stack. Here the present input symbol is A and the top of the stack is Z0. So for each A, we have to push into the stack. So when we are going to push A into the stack, now the present top of the stack is A and the previous top of the stack was Z0. So it will be represented as A, Z0. Now when we are going to perform push operation on second A, so the second input alphabet is A, and here the second part we need to write the present top of the stack. What is the present top of the stack? A. And now we are going to perform the push operation. So there can be n number of A's. When there are n number of A's, we need to perform push operation for each A. So in this manner we perform push operation. Now the input alphabet is changing to the B. That means from the input alphabet A, it is being changed to B. We have to represent the change in this state also. When the input alphabet changes, let us change the state also. So the state will be changed now. Q1. So when B, for the input alphabet B, what is the top of the stack? A. So what has been discussed earlier? For each B, we need to pop one A from the stack. So we have to perform the pop operation. So when we are performing the pop operation, we need to represent it by the epsilon. So for push operation, we have represented in this manner by removing the comma, such that it indicates the present top of the stack and this indicates the previous top of the stack. So this is how we represented for the input alphabet B. For each B, one A will be popped from the top of the stack. That means the present top of the stack is A. That top of the stack A alphabet will be popped from the stack, and in order to indicate the pop operation, we represented by the epsilon here. So in this manner, if we are having n number of B's, we follow the same procedure. Now the input alphabet is pointing to, the header is pointing to the input alphabet B. And what is our top of the stack? When this has been popped, the top of the stack is A. And as we are performing the pop operation, we need to represent it by the epsilon symbol. So in this manner, this A will also be popped from the stack. Now our stack contains only Z0. So in the input tape, we need to represent at the end epsilon. Epsilon in the sense, if the complete string is completed, then there will be left nothing in the input tape. So now the header will be pointing to this epsilon here. Epsilon. The present input symbol is epsilon. And the top of the stack is what? Z0. So keep Z0 as it is. So when we have reached Z0, it means that the stack has become empty. That is the reason we are saying that Z0 acts as a delimiter here, which indicates that the stack has become empty, or it represents that it is the top of the stack. So this is how, by this we can prove that this language is being accepted by the push down automata, and this is the final state. So this is how the diagram we represent, the transition diagram. And now we are going to write the PDA moves for each transition. So PDA moves are, first what we have performed? We have performed the push operation for the first input alphabet A. So delta of, we are in the state Q0. Q0 is the initial state. Q0. At state Q0, the present input symbol is A and the top of the stack was Z0. And what is the operation we are performing here? Push operation. When we have performed push operation, we are present in the same state. So we are present in the same state Q0, and we represent the push operation as AZ0. So that will be represented in this manner. So it means that we have pushed A into the stack. Similarly, for the second input alphabet A, we remain in the same state. The second input alphabet is A and the top of the stack is now A. So This is how this indicates that push operation. So push A. Now if we observe, the input alphabet is changed to B. So when input alphabet is changing to B, we are also representing the change in state. That means from the state Q0, by reading the input symbol or input alphabet B, and what is the top of the stack? Top of the stack is A here. A. So for each B, we need to perform a pop operation. So while performing the pop operation, there is a change in state also from Q0 to Q1. So we need to write the change in state here, Q1. And pop operation will be represented by epsilon. So this is how we are going to pop A and change the state. Similarly, for the second B, the same procedure. The state is Q1 here. The present state is Q1. The present input symbol is B here, second B. And the top of the stack is, when this A has been popped, still the top of the stack is this A. And now we remain in the same state and perform the pop operation. So we are going to pop A and remain in the same state. So in this manner, if there are n number of B's, we perform the same procedure. And now the string has become empty. So that means from the input alphabet B, the alphabet is now epsilon. We need to represent change in this state also. So from the state Q1, by reading the input symbol epsilon, the top of the stack will become now Z0. So from Q1 we are moving to the state Q2. It is the final state Q2. And what is the top of the stack? Z0. So this is nothing but, see here Z0 is not popped. Z0 has been kept as it is. That means we are just skipping that operation there. So skipping that top of this stack. We are going to place the top of this stack as it is. So we are skipping that step. So that is what here, it is nothing but skip operation has been performed. It means that Z0 has neither been pushed nor popped. So this is how we are going to design a PDA for the language L is equal to A power n, B power n. And now we are going to see the other example. L is equal to WCWR, where W belongs to A, B closure. So this is the language given, WCWR. Here if I am taking the string, W is nothing but the string. If I am taking the string A, B, B, WR will now become the reverse of this W, that means B, B, A. Now if we write the complete language WCWR, so it will become A, B, B, C, B, B, A. That means here the W will be pushed into the stack. Whenever C appears, C is nothing but, it is a separator between W and WR. That means whenever we see the C input alphabet, we just skip that operation. That means we just skip that step over there. And for the WR, we are going to pop each element of W from the stack. See here, if we observe, the reverse of this W is nothing but WR. That means in this stack, I told you that W will be pushed into the stack A, B, B. Now WR, when we observe here, for this B, we are going to pop the top of the stack. So this WR first alphabet and the top of this stack has to match. Then only it will be possible to perform this operation. And similarly, now for the second B, now the top of this stack will become this one after popping this B. Now this B should match with this second B in W. So it has matched. Now pop operation will happen. And for this A, we are going to pop this A, which is the top of the stack now. So in this manner, at the end, the stack will become empty. So this is what the procedure we need to follow here. So in order to follow this, let us start with the diagram. So let us start with the state Q0. Here we need to consider few cases. See, here my string has started with A. Someone might consider the string starting with B. So we are going to draw this diagram such that the string can either start with A or with B. Now let us consider if my string starts with A. Now the top of the stack will be Z0. See here, top of this stack is Z0 by default. So top of this stack is Z0. So now we are in W part. W part is nothing but we are going to push W part into the string. So whenever the input alphabet A appears in the W part, we are going to just push it into the stack. So push operation is nothing but this will indicate the push operation. Now the present top of the stack will become this A. Suppose if my string will start with B. For example, if my string starts with B, let us consider if my string will start with B, not A, B, then the top of the stack is Z0, and whenever B is present in the input tape, we are going to just push that B. So top of the stack is Z0, so push operation. This is what. Now let us consider the second case for A. So now the second input alphabet in W part after first A is A only. That means here my W will be, let us consider, after A, the second input alphabet is also A. For this we are going to write the case here. If the second input alphabet is A, we are just going to push it. So if the present input alphabet is A, what was the top of the stack before pushing A? It was A. So whatever was present here, the same. And now we need to perform the push operation. So A has been pushed. For example, if I am considering the second input symbol as B after first A, if after first A the present input symbol is B, so present input symbol is B, top of the stack was A. So we are drawing for this case. First input alphabet is A, and the second one is B. For this one we are drawing. So B, present input symbol is B and the top of this stack is A. We are going to perform push operation. This is what the case if the input alphabet or your string W starts with the input alphabet A. Now, if the string starts with B, we have written here one case. Now, after B, first B, if we are taking the second alphabet as B, if we are taking the second alphabet as B, then the present input symbol is B and the previous top of the stack was B. Now push operation we need to perform because we are in W part only. This everything is W part, but we are considering the cases. Different scenarios we are considering of W part. That's it here. And if suppose after first B, my input symbol is A, input alphabet is A. Now the present input symbol is A, top of the stack is B. So this is for BB. The present input symbol is A, top of the stack is B. We are discussing about this one. Now we are going to perform the push operation. Now the top of the stack is A here. So in this manner we have pushed A into the top of the stack. So these are the 6 scenarios we need to consider here. So this is how we have performed. This is W part. We have performed the W part. Now from W, the input alphabet is going to change to C here. So as I told you that C is nothing but a separator between W and WR part. Whenever C appears, we are going to just skip it. That means we are neither going to perform push operation nor perform pop operation. So when C appears, we are going to change the state also because the input alphabet is changed here. So when C appears, here for C also we are going to have 3 scenarios. See here WC, WR, where W belongs to A comma B closure. Closure in the sense it could be epsilon also. It could be epsilon also. Suppose if W is epsilon, epsilon C, epsilon R in the sense that it's only C. So in this scenario, what will be the top of this stack? When W is epsilon, the top of this stack is Z0 only. So the present input symbol is C. The top of the stack is Z0. So whatever may be the top of this stack here, we are going to just perform this skip operation. That means whatever present in the top of this stack, during skip operation, we are going to keep the same top of this stack here, Z0. So this is since W is equal to epsilon. During that scenario, we got this. Okay. And now, for example, when we are taking, if the top of this stack, let us consider the top of this stack was A. Before C, there was A, like this. Suppose consider if before C there was A. Then the present input symbol is C, the top of this stack will be this A. And when we are performing the skip operation, let the top of this stack remain as it is. If for example, if the top of this stack is B, that means in W part before C, B is present. So before, see, the present input symbol is B, and now the top of this stack is B. So just skip it. Keep the top of the stack as it is. So these are the three scenarios which we are going to consider. And now we are coming to the WR part. So in WR part, if we observe here, see, if we are taking W is equal to ABB or W is equal to ABA. So W in the sense we are going to push it ABB. This stack is this one, and for this ABA. See, if we observe here, in WR part, the first input alphabet will be equal to the input alphabet in the top of the stack. That means whatever present in WR, the first input alphabet is equal to the top of the stack element. So here we don't get these number of cases in WR part, just two cases, two scenarios we get. Suppose if my WR part first alphabet is B, then the top of the stack will also be B. If it is A, then top of the stack will be A. So the present input symbol is B, top of the stack is also B. Just perform the pop operation. Pop operation will be represented by epsilon. Suppose if the WR consists of A as the present input symbol, if WR consists of first element as A, then the top of the stack will also be A. Then perform the pop operation. In this manner, everything present in the stack will be popped out of the stack. Now at the end, all the input alphabets present in the input tape will be completed, and now the next input alphabet will be epsilon. So the next input alphabet is epsilon. So present input symbol is epsilon. When everything is popped, Z0 only will be present in the top of the stack, Z0. So when Z0 has come, it indicates that we have reached to the final state, or it indicates that the stack has become empty. So when Z0 has come, just simply skip it. So keep the top of the stack as it is and represent the final state here, Q2. So in this manner, we are going to design a PDA for the example WCWR. And PDA moves we have to write for each and every scenario we have mentioned in the W part. So in the previous example, how I have written the PDA moves, the same procedure we need to follow for this also. So now if we observe, see how many PDA moves we are going to get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 PDA moves we are going to get. We need to follow the same procedure in order to construct this PDA moves for this example also. I hope you might have understood the concept. Thank you.